a handshake, a hello, and a smile. If you think about it, those three things can be some of the most revolutionary acts that you do in a single day. Because you can make a profound impact on someone else's life. I think about these challenges in our city, and I'm reminded that they were all created by people and policies, not natural causes, meaning they can all be undone through our collective action. So how do we continue to grow our city while embracing the assets of our current neighborhoods and families to maintain our diversity? As my friend June McKay pointed out, it begins with community building. And we can do this with the small steps and actions to strengthen our neighborhoods. All our communities are beloved, meaning we each need to honor and love the neighborhoods we live in. This begins with small steps, like getting to know your neighbor or inviting them over to share a meal. Because when you know your neighbor, there is less violence in your community. Safe neighborhoods are connected neighborhoods because we're building trust between one another. This includes having the courage to sit here tonight and have difficult conversations about where we're at on certain issues, rather than avoiding the subject. Trust will help us work towards our vision. We must meet people where they're at and build our future together. Because when we build trust, we can work towards creative solutions. When we focus on the most vulnerable in our community, the health of our entire city improves. If we want to increase support laws that benefit marginalized communities so all of Long Beach can flourish, we need creative solutions that are just as intersectional as the problems themselves. Solutions like, Solutions like language access have demonstrated the courage Long Beach residents have to fix the injustices affecting our immigrant populations. And not just courage, but resiliency, meaning the ability to overcome difficulties and challenges. Since 2011, the Language Access Coalition has been organizing to address the language access needs of Long Beach's limited English-speaking residents. Because of the community members who had the courage to share their stories with city leaders and advocate for a sustainable solution to the lack of access for non-English speakers, the coalition was able to win a citywide language access policy in 2013. That collective action made city services and documents available in Spanish, Khmer, and Tagalog, allowed fair participation for our immigrant communities, and has begun the first steps towards limiting the use of children and family members as interpreters, especially in emergency situations. However, the action to increase civic engagement and support for laws that benefit marginalized communities is meaningless unless we include the people who are directly affected by the problem and bring them to the table. When efforts like participatory budgeting give power to residents to decide how money should be spent to improve their own neighborhoods, our city can flourish in beautiful ways. Thanks to the collaboration of the Participatory Budgeting Project and council districts in North and Central Long Beach, local residents have created projects and given community members, including youth as young as 14 years old, the chance to vote on how they want to improve their neighborhoods. As a result, we will now see solar-powered lighting at DeForest Park, a new digital marquee at Jordan High School, and outdoor fitness equipment at Cesar Chavez Park, among many other projects voted by these communities. And this is why I love Long Beach, because the participatory budgeting process is more than just improving the physical environment. It brings people of all cultures together to identify problems, propose and vote on creative solutions, build their power, and build a strong, connected community. That's how we address the root cause problems that are affecting the health of our community. And at the end of the day, it takes action to move our creative solutions forward. It's been a huge victory, winning a raise to the citywide minimum wage, and that work brought together many community members from all over the city. Now, it will require us working together to support the spirit of the law. We've supported our workforce by giving them a raise. So let's continue to grow our economy by shopping local, supporting the small businesses that make Long Beach diverse, and hiring the young people in our community. And to keep Long Beach diverse and maintain our cultural diversity, we must embrace the families and individuals who currently live here, the ones who proudly call Long Beach home. It is with this pride that I'm excited to announce the first May Day March in Long Beach. Organizing a Long Beach that works for everyone means keeping our families together and standing up for justice for all our immigrant communities. So please save the date for Long Beach May Day on a May Day March on Sunday, May 1st. When we acknowledge that policies matter, acknowledge that we need to break down harsh stereotypes and bring people most affected by the issues to the center of the solution, beautiful movements are born. This is the seed of the inspirational young people who are paving the way for our sons, brothers, sisters, and daughters in the Every Student Matters campaign. For the past few years, the Every Student Matters campaign has been organizing high school students to transform our schools into places that care for the social and emotional needs of students and create opportunity for all. Their creative solution is implementing a new system called Restorative Justice, which is a set of practices that moves beyond zero-tolerance punishment by directly addressing misbehavior and focusing on repairing the harm done to others. To share their campaign to connect with respect in Long Beach, please give a big round of applause. People State of the City, welcome to the youth leaders of the Every Student Matters campaign.
Hello everyone, this is Taylor. Taylor is a sophomore at Poly High School. Taylor has been late to school for the past week because her mother and father are going through a divorce. They argue over the phone about who will take Taylor to school. This situation has Taylor feeling overwhelmed and failing his classes. Scene 1 at home.
Mom, can we go to school already?
Hush, Taylor. I'm on the phone with your dad, talking to him about what days he'll be able to take you to school for the next few weeks.
Oh my gosh, why didn't you do this earlier? I can't afford being late. I'll be sent to ACE again.
Don't worry, you won't even be late.
Scene 2 at school. Ding ding.
Taylor,
Oh, man.
Taylor,
I'm going to be late.
not here again. Taylor, you're late again. Okay. You know the rules, and now that you're late, you have to go to ACE. Sorry.
But I barely made it 1 second after the bell. Can you please give me a break this one time?
You know I want to, but I can't. If you use this excuse, all the other students are going to use the same excuse. Look, if you go to ACE and they let you out early, then you can come back to class.
Scene 3, fight on the way to ACE.
Why is this all happening to me? It's not my fault for them getting a divorce. Why do I have to suffer because of them? I swear, if anybody annoys me, I'm going to beat the crap out of them.
Hey, look, I think she's going to ACE.
Oh, loser. I guess we're all going to have funny games.
Hey, shh. Hey, Cocker Spaniel. Hey, shh.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, we're talking to you.
Come here. Hey, come here. Hey,
Hey, don't touch me.
Hey, I guess we're going to fight.
you want to fight?
Yes,
Well,
why
you
You
not?
want to fight?
I'm free.
Dude, stop it right now. You got it. Stop it right now. Officer. Take care of the police.
What you did?
Taylor's story is not uncommon. There are many students who go through similar stories, and sometimes this is the result. Let's redo the classroom scene where restorative justice is implemented at Poly. Ring, ring.
Taylor here. Taylor here. Boy.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Hi, Taylor. Come sit down. And we're just about to start. Why don't you start us off? Here's the talking piece. I want you to tell us something that made you happy and a challenge you're facing today.
Well, I'm happy because I finally got 8 hours of sleep last night. But my challenge is my parents are going through a divorce and well, it's affecting my education.
Sorry to hear that. Does anyone else want to say something?
Taylor, my parents can give you a ride after school. I mean, the only way to do that.
Thank you. Now, feel free to talk to me after class if you need any sort of support. Just tell me what you need. Okay? Here, we're not just individuals, we're a community.
This is the result of restorative justice, a practice that changes the idea of criminal and victim. Both individuals have needs to move forward. If we want the kids of the future to go on to a bright future, we must build a community to ensure that. Thank you.
We need restorative justice because both the perpetrator and the criminal, both the perpetrator and the victim have voices and their needs are met.
Restorative justice is needed because it focuses on a resolution rather than punishment.
Restorative justice is important because it's another option from being suspended.
We need restorative justice because it can save a student's education.
Restorative justice helps decriminalize students.
We need restorative justice because restorative justice asks the whys, not just the whats. Restorative justice helps give motivation to students like us so we can move on to the future. We need restorative justice because it gives teachers and parents the support and resources they need.
All right, let's give them a round of applause one more time. The community has spoken loud and clear tonight. If we want to achieve our vision, it is going to take a lot of courage from us all. It is the courage not to put band-aids on these problems, but to tackle them head on. Are you all ready to do that? Yeah. I said, are you all ready to do that? Can I see your thumbs up? All right. Now to move us into action, please give a big people power welcome to Nina Fernanda from Clergy Laity United for Economic Justice.
How are you feeling? All right, so James just led us through an exploration of a number of critical issues and challenges that our city is facing, and he began to name just some of the ways in which our community has come together to address these challenges with alternative and creative solutions. Growing up as the daughter of Sri Lankan immigrant parents, I always felt like I didn't quite belong. It was after joining the movement for social justice I realized I did belong, that this is my community and my voice is unique and important. So now I'm going to talk about how each of you can be a part of a growing movement here in our city. So let's refer back to one of the key questions we opened the night with. How do we demonstrate the courage to make our vision of Long Beach real? And how can we inspire, support, urge, and even demand that our city leaders take courageous action towards that greater vision? One of the ways we can do just that is by creating and passing just policies. As we learned tonight, policies matter. All of our hearts ached and went out to Claudia's family when we heard that story again. And now it's time to tell City Council that Long Beach must pass Claudia's law to protect hotel workers so that what happened to Claudia never happens again. The Stand With Women Against Abuse policy is now named Claudia's Law, and it will protect hotel workers from unfair workloads and sexual harassment. And now, in honor of Claudia, it will ensure that working overtime must be mutually agreed upon without pressure or coercion from management. Passing Claudia's Law is the next phase. It's a follow-up from the victory we celebrated of passing Measure N. So if you're ready to stand with women against abuse, say yes.
Yes.
If you are ready to pass Claudia's Law, say yes.
Yes.
All right. So we heard also last night that Long Beach celebrated an incredible victory when City Council voted on a policy to raise the minimum wage with enforcement here in Long Beach. Because of community members, workers, nonprofit leaders like you, coming to City Council meetings and showing your support in so many other ways, we were able to pass this policy. But our job is not yet done. We still have work to do to make sure that this Long Beach minimum wage policy is a holistic policy, not just a policy full of holes. A training wage sets up the possibility for abuse. We as a community must monitor it closely and ensure that the city sets up local enforcement. Enforcement is the next phase, the follow-up of the minimum wage. Enforcing is the minimum wage is what makes raising the minimum wage real. Workers should be able to collect the wages that are owed to them. They need to be protected from any retaliation or discrimination in the workplace. And we need local city-led enforcement in Long Beach because the process we have now, it's just not enough. Those Pacific 9 pork truck drivers who finally won $7 million in wage theft settlements are hotel workers who experience wage theft, our restaurant, warehouse workers, healthcare givers, you name it. They will not see that money unless we have local enforcement. The system as it is does not work, and the responsibility falls on all of our shoulders. So if you want to end wage theft in Long Beach, say yes.
Yes.
If you want to know how, say collect, protect, enforce. Let's hear it. Collect, protect, enforce. One more time.
Collect, protect, enforce.
All right. So on March 15th, we're going to stomp out wage theft in Long Beach through a dance demonstration, a Zumba class, if you will, in front of City Hall. So I hope you join us for that. So in order to really feel that minimum wage increase and to really end wage theft in Long Beach, we need our city council members to have the courage to fund local enforcement. In order for the minimum wage policy to be real, wage enforcement must be a part of this budget. After all, a budget is a moral document. So on a related note, for the first time ever, language access appeared as an item on the city's 2015 budget. But we still have room to grow as this policy continues to be implemented and developed as we speak. So policies really do matter. But let's be real, we cannot policy our way out of sexism, racism, ageism, injustice, and indignity. The way we can actually tackle these deeply rooted societal issues is by educating one another and engaging in our community to shift and reclaim the narratives. It's that handshake, that hello, and that smile. So if you're looking for ways to take action after what you've heard here tonight, here are 3 starting points. Have courageous conversations. Join an organization or campaign, and get involved in local elections.
Yeah.
Look around. That's right. You should clap for that. So look around right right now. Look around the room. Not everyone who needs to hear this message is here tonight. It is our responsibility to share it with our neighbors, our fellow workers, our city leaders, our friends, our family. And now take a look at the flyer that you all have on your seat. There's a blue and purple one. On it, you're going to find a list of Long Beach Rising organizations and campaigns that are committed to making Long Beach the city we envision it to be. People involved in these campaigns and organizations have the courage to speak out against injustice, to lift up the voices of the marginalized, to honor the voices of the most vulnerable in our community, and to take collective action. So if you're here tonight, make the courageous commitment to share that message. Get involved. Connect with an organization or campaign that speaks to your heart and your community. Reach out to one or more of the organizations or campaigns you see listed there, and even take it up a notch. Invite your friends, your community, your elected officials to get involved with you. There will be a local election in Long Beach on April 12th for City Council, School Board, and Community College Board seats. This is an extremely important opportunity for our city, and we can all play a role in it. So this map, it shows the City Council seats that are up for election on April 12th. District 2 in pink, District 6 in light blue, and District 8 in gray. These maps show the City College and School Board seats that are up for election on April 12th, Districts 2 and 4 in both cases. So you can get involved in the elections in a number of ways. Conversations with your neighbors about the issues you care about, attend a candidate forum and ask good questions, volunteer with a campaign, canvass your neighborhoods, and, if you can, register to vote, and then make sure you cast your vote. And if you're an elected official, have the courage to advocate on behalf of the communities you represent. Share the people's concerns with your fellow policymakers, locally, statewide, and nationally. And let's not water down policies to avoid controversy. Don't go the easy way out and just try to come up with policies that will pass with a 9-0 vote or a 5-0 vote or whatever the case may be. Have the courage to pass policies that will lift up all of Long Beach, not just some of Long Beach. And as James said, when you lift up the most vulnerable, you lift up all. And after all, this is Long Beach. This is the people's state of the city. So we, the people, encourage you, our leaders, to be courageous. No matter your background, the movement for social justice needs you. The movement needs your courage. We all are the city makers of Long Beach. This is our Long Beach. So let us come together through collective action. Let us stomp out wage theft in Long Beach through dance. Let us bless the streets of Long Beach in our first ever May Day March. Let our voices be heard in our native languages through citywide language access. Let restorative justice be the norm in every Long Beach classroom. And instead of allowing buildings to displace our community, let's build community. Let us have the courage to come together in beloved community to make our vision of Long Beach a reality. So now please take a moment and turn to your neighbor and tell them one courageous action you will take to help make our city the best it can be. So I hope you all are feeling energized to take action. So now I'm going to turn it over back to Kenyon to close us out with a chant.
So tonight you learned what our vision is for Long Beach. You learned about the challenges and opportunity for change. Now is the time for change. Are you all down? I said, are you all down? Oh, you all don't sound like it. I said, are you all down? All right. So I want to end us with a powerful chant, but first I ask if everybody can stand up, if you are able to stand. And please hold hands with each other to show that we are in solidarity with each other, to show that we are united with one another, to show that we have people power. So this chant is by a Black Panthers activist, Asada Shakur. So I will ask for you all to repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Now I want the whole neighborhood